Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. The next episode of Red Valkyrie is about to start. Hey, welcome everyone to another episode of Red Valkyrie. I'm your host, Shae the Red, feeling very red today, and I'm here with the super awesome, amazingly talented Mr. Mike Murphy. How are you doing, sir?
Hey Shay, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm phenomenal because apparently I run this bitch known as Deepwell.
You do. You do.
Yeah, let's do this. This is amazing. So, for those of you who don't know, we're here because the creator of Samurai and Dinosaurs, um, oh my gosh, the scratch of the book.
The gods fear me.
The gods fear me. There we go. I was like, Kenzie, like I did that. You know
Right.
what? My brain.
That's all good.
So we've got Mike who has done a samurai book. We have Mike who has done a kind of cybernetic type future-ish book, and now Mike is going to venture into the Western world with Deepwell. So why don't you go ahead and give us your pitch?
Yeah, let's do it. So Deepwell. Here's the elevator pitch. The elevator pitch is what happens the day the Lone Ranger rode into Deadwood. The longer pitch is it's the story of the Block family who run Deepwell behind the scenes with an iron grip. They're evil, corrupt, and everyone in the town lives in fear of their power and authority. Until the day that a masked vigilante, the Gray Devil, rides into town, and it's like adding fire to kerosene. He's dead set on taking down the blocks one by one, and nothing's going to get in his way until the job is done. Deepwell is one part grim family drama, one part superhero vigilante epic, and one part hyper-violent Western thriller. It's drawn by Rafael Dantas with full colors by me. The base perk comes in at $15. And as I say with all of our campaigns, we'd love to have everyone listening come along with us for the ride. If you're into Tombstone, The Wild Bunch, Deadwood, Unforgiven, or any of Tarantino's Westerns, this is the book for you.
So, hyperviolence. Anyone who is questioning that specific statement, this dude just got run through with a weather vane.
Yeah. I've had that image in my head for like close to 10 years now.
That's just I'm terrified about what happens in your mind, sir. I feel like your head is a scary, scary place to be.
I mean, it's it's not only like one of the most violent things that I've written, but I'd say it's also the most complicated because each book is divided into chapters, and all the chapters take place during different time periods. We're going to see, because the town of Deepwell in present day has existed for about, I'd say, 20 to 25 years. So when we come in at the start, there's already 25 years of history, going all the way back to when the Blocks first discovered a hole in the ground that eventually became the well, that eventually the entire town was built around. So yeah, like every chapter is going to like bounce back and forth from like 25 years ago to 10 years ago to 2 years ago. Like it's really ambitious, and it's one of the stories that I've been waiting for, like I said, almost 10 years now to tell.
Oh my gosh. By the way, I love this right here, this little exchange that he has. He's like, the shooting stopped. Is he dead? And he's like, I don't know. Maybe. Oh no, mother of God! Like, we're so screwed. No, he's not dead at all.
Yeah, because like just imagine in the darkness, like something flying towards the window, and you're like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, well, the best part is he all he can think of to say is he's trying to tell him get back, and he can't even get that out.
Right.
He's like, get, and then weather vane through the gut. He's like, yeah, this sucks. This is terrible. Man.
Yeah, and I'm crazy about Raphael's work on the book. I've been saying the past few nights, like when I first came up with the idea and developed it over the course of a few years, I saw it as very Western. And when I say Western, I mean like American Western. Um,
Mhm.
but then once he came on board and started producing these character designs, it immediately became a spaghetti Western, like a hyper violent spaghetti Western. And it just made me fall in love with it even more.
Well, and it so I'm a lot of people don't know this about me because everybody when I very first kind of started all of this with the zombie in the last name and all that, everybody was like, "Oh, you love horror." And I was like, "Well, I do love horror. Horror is fun."
Yeah,
Um I am an action girl through and through. One of
that's
my
awesome.
most favorite genres ever is action, and specifically spaghetti westerns.
Oh
I
wow.
fucking love spaghetti westerns. I have ever since I was a kid. I used to watch this all the time with my dad. I grew up in Utah. Like Utah is where westerns were,
Of
okay?
course.
That
Of
was that
course.
was the West.
Right. Right.
And so this is right up my alley and I love seeing like the hyper violence and the craziness and everything that is going on with this. It looks so entertaining. And so okay, so here is a question that I have because we've got the caliber of death, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going here with prologue the devil shot back.
Hmm.
So is this part the Gray Devil in the Cemetery of Forgotten Deeds? Is that another section in that? Is this the next book to come? What is this?
Okay, so the Cemetery of Forgotten Deeds is the prequel dime store novel that comes with the $30 tier and the swag bag tier. So the Cemetery of Forgotten Deeds is a prequel to the main book. Because with all of our campaigns, we like doing these little prequel stories,
Right.
and it's by the end of book one, you will know who the Gray Devil is and why he's doing what he's doing. And so the Cemetery of Forgotten Deeds covers everything leading up to his arrival at Deepwell. You're going to learn why he's doing what he's doing. You're going to learn where all the different aspects of his visual look come from. You're going to learn some of the lore behind the red revolvers. It's basically everything that happens that builds him up to be the masked vigilante.
Okay. And this looks like it has a little bit of a different like a slightly different art style than the rest of the book. So is this the same artist or is this a different artist?
No, so Fernando Gueron is going to be doing the cover and spot illustrations for the Dime Store novel. He's another one again, like like Raphael. He's another one of these like European Spanish artists that like I've stumbled upon like just doing research, and he's incredible in his own right. Like he's kind of like a European Tim Bradstreet.
Mhm.
And yeah, so he's going to be doing the cover and the spot illustrations, and his style is just straight up like noir.
Yeah, I absolutely. Well, and I really love like the screen like filter that he's got in the background and everything where it reminds me of those really old school like the funny pages and stuff but from way
Right.
before our time, like back when, my parents were kids kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. So like that all came about. uh I like each of our books to have kind of its own unique, distinct feel. So with the Gods Fear Me, with the coloring on that, like I wanted all the pages to kind of drip neon.
Yeah.
And so when I was, monkeying around with Deepwell, I wanted something that still read as modern, but kind of had like one foot in that like pulpy golden age stuff.
Mhm.
And so when I was working on the main cover, I came up with the idea of a sepia tone layer and then giving that sepia tone layer a color halftone effect. And it immediately made the background and the foreground pop. and it gave it like exactly the look that I was feeling for. And I'm happy with Fernando's work that it translated there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it's like you even have it here through like the buildings and stuff have that same kind of feel, these
Right.
backgrounds. It all feels very kind of pop arty from, the birth of comics.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love it. I really love it. This is super disgusting and gnarly. And every time I get to this, like my ears hurt. Like,
Yeah, like that promoting this book, that's become my favorite story to tell. Um, in the script, I wrote it as, dot dot dot, and then he, gets his face shot off. And what I was expecting was to just get back a panel of like, like a red burst of color.
yeah.
But Raphael took me like so super literally. So he just
He was
literally
like, "Oh, I'll blow his face off."
right, and I got it
Which he
back.
did. Holy shit, he did. That is the mouth. Oh my gosh, he literally blew his face off.
I'm like, oh, all right, Raphael, that's what we're doing. Yeah.
Good shit. That man is literal. You gotta be careful. You make sure that you don't turn or phrase around him. It might
Yeah,
go
I know, right?
horribly wrong.
Yeah, it's very Drax.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like something straight out of a Garth Ennis comic.
Yeah,
It's so over the top, but like I was like, dude, you're so the guy for this book.
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, all of this is just insane. It's super
Yeah.
gnarly. So part of me wants to be mad at you because you don't have a lot of art on here, and I really want to see more.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, that's kind of that issue that we ran into with the Gods Fear Me. It like being a small studio and still growing our fan base, we're in the position of like, okay, we can when we contract artists to like help jumpstart a campaign, we have it in our budget to do about 3 pages worth of material. And so with God's Fear Me, we just did all 3 pages, like the first 3 pages of the book.
Mhm.
But one of the main complaints that we got was, hey, there's no cover image.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, for Deepwell, we're going to do one cover, and I'll make the prelude, just 2 pages, like, boom, boom, in and out. Uh, which, when I decided on the whole chapter format, actually kind of helped us because it helps set the pace for what the rest of the book would be.
Right.
But still, yeah, like believe me, like 2 years from now, like when we have a more solid fan base and like we start actually like making profit on each of these projects, like I would love to be in a position of like, your boy or Ethan, where it's like I can contract out like the first 5 or 10 pages, or just do the whole book and then crowdfund, to pay for printing. But
Yeah.
we'll get there.
You will. You absolutely will. And you guys work really, really hard to bring out good quality products. I want to play your video
Okay, yeah.
because I 1,000% I watched your video
Yeah.
while I was trying to get into the mood, and I was like, dude, this is good. This is a good one.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. I love how it starts slow, just like a real spaghetti western too.
Right, right.
So it creeps in.
I know, like some people were like, you could edit some of that. I'm like, no, it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah. Have you ever watched a western?
Right. Deepwell began as a shining star. 8 square miles of paradise filled with settlers from all over America. However, an infection soon set in. The Block family. You have to look past their smiles to see the evil buried deep inside. Rot. It spreads from their touch. It drains the soul of the land.
and robs people of hope. It's up to the devil himself. Now watch him work. Deepwell is 32 pages of full-color Western action and adventure, drenched in blood and violence. The Grey Devil is hunting down each and every member of the Block family, and we'd love to have you along for the ride. It's going to be epic. Back us today, and thanks so much for your support.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Okay.
Thanks. Thank you.
So anyone who tells you need to edit that down, I need you to tell them that they need to go and watch like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Right.
Like go watch a Western. There's a reason
Yeah.
it's like that. That sets such a perfect tone, and like the way that you do this, because there's a part, and I had to stifle myself to not do this while it was playing because I want to make sure everybody got to hear it.
Yeah.
There's that one part where you go, where you said like a sickness set in,
Right.
And then you show the family, and you go, the Block family, and I'm like, it's so good, like that, because it's in Western time. Everybody was like, oh yeah, people died of dysentery, people were dying of like, all kinds of ridiculousness that we don't have to worry about now. So that's what you expect it to go. And what you end up getting is, oh no, we're talking about like a metaphorical, like there is sickness, they are a disease,
right?
Because they are just pure, unadulterated evil. Like they're not good people.
Yeah, it's like I wanted something really kind of Shakespearean and over the top with them, like like just picture all the like familial infighting stuff from Game of Thrones before, like season 8 happened. Like I wanted that feel for the Blocks. Like they are, the matriarch and the patriarch of the family, like they're evil to begin with, and they raise these kids who are absolutely horrible human beings, and the whole family dynamic is just one big power struggle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can tell. That's the other thing, the way that you designed, because that young man at the end, right before you see our masked dude, that's the son, right?
Yeah.
He's the smarmiest looking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay. Yeah. So that's actually the sheriff of the town.
Is it?
Yeah.
He looks so corrupt.
Yeah, no, he's horrible. Like, okay, so like to get like further into it a tiny bit.
Yes.
Going back to like Game of Thrones, like once Jon Snow kind of became the de facto star of that show, because like everybody in the world fell in love with, I can't remember the actor's name. Like what I noticed in fiction was everyone started shying away from the idea of like bastard characters because no one wanted to be compared to that. And like I wanted kind of the anti Jon Snow. Like he's the bastard of the family and he is a horrible human being.
I love it because you look at him and you just go, yeah, you don't look like a good person. Like when you see him, he just looks like a son of a bitch.
Yeah. No, like that dude grew up as an outcast of outcasts and with like the biggest chip on his shoulder. So no, he's terrible.
Like look at him. He looks like a son of a bitch. He looks like he thinks he is the most like God's gift to humanity kind of thing, and he just oozes that kind of arrogance. Oh, and I love that without, because some people think that I have a whole bunch of inside knowledge before I bring a lot of my guests on. I usually don't. I'm asking the same questions that I have for me to back these projects. So Mike and I have not talked about this.
Yeah.
The fact that that is pretty much his persona is so perfect. Like I was gonna die if you told me that like, oh no, that's it. That's one of the good guys, and be like,
Right.
you missed the mark. You so missed the mark. He doesn't look like a good guy. He looks like a horrible person. So I'm glad that that's exactly who he is because he just looks terrible. Like I want to punch him in the face. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, imagine the upbringing it would take to like fight for the approval and wants the approval, seek out the approval of a family of career criminals.
Right.
That's who this guy is.
Yeah, no, I can see it. Well, and even so, you've got she's just as bad.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah,
hands on her hips like that and everything. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
I don't like you either.
Yeah, that's Myra. She's the eldest of the siblings, and she is I think the way I described her to Raphael is she is the Southern Belle who is more thorn than rose.
Yeah, I could absolutely see that. She also looks like a son of a bitch that I want to punch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like she just looks like entitled. She looks like she thinks that everybody should just kiss her feet kind of thing, and like any man would be lucky to have a night with her kind of
exactly.
personality.
Yeah,
Oh,
she is all about exploitation and using men. She's one of the worst human beings in the book.
oh, I'm happy it's a woman.
Yeah.
It's very accurate.
Um, but yeah, like Myra has some interesting stuff in book one, but most of the juicy stuff with Myra is going to be in book two. But there's still
Ooh.
some good stuff in book one with her.
So all the more reason to get book one so you know what's happening when you go and back book two, because you want to see that horrible individual and everything that she's going to do, and hopefully her get her comeuppance at some point.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So here's the other question that I have. We've got the
Yeah.
matriarch and I'm assuming the patriarch, not him.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. Jacob,
Okay.
Jacob, and Mama Claire.
So based on my instinct and what my gut tells me,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna ask a bold question on it. I want your answer. Mama Claire's the one in charge, isn't she?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
way over this one.
Yeah, yeah. Like yeah, we that whole insider thing. Like after the show, I can tell you some stuff if you want.
Oh, see, this is why it's
yeah.
good to have a show, guys.
Yeah, Mama Claire is not just the de facto head of the blocks. She's also the de facto ruler of Deepwell. Everything goes through her.
Yeah. Well, and I don't. Your artist is phenomenal. I just got to say that because
Thank
I
you.
don't know exactly what it is about her look, but looking at her, and then you look at him, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's just
yeah.
not a contest which one of them is in charge. He does all her dirty work.
Oh yeah, like
Jacob,
Jacob,
1,000%.
yeah, Jacob at this point, at least in current the most up to date part of the story, Jacob is just kind of like the old broken down warhorse. Like he's tired, he's grizzled, and this woman has just kind of worn away all of whatever good aspects there were to him.
Yeah, and he definitely looks like a browbeaten man who is silently like kind of contemplating if he can poison her.
Right.
Like maybe I could start poisoning her and get away with it. And then the other part of him's like, I'd also just like to shoot her in the night, though. That'd be satisfying.
Right. Exactly. Like maybe the Gray Devil's not so bad. Maybe he's doing the right thing here.
Yeah. Just don't kill me. Like stop before you get to like right here. Like
exactly.
that. You do that. That'd be great. And then I'll kill you, and then I get the best of both worlds.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I had to gush over the character design because they really do. She just looks horrible. And so of course that's the one that I'm like, I'm gonna cosplay her. She looks like a terrible person. So I got this hat. I've got like, I'll just be her.
No, it's excellent. You look great.
Dude,
And
I always go for the villains. Like, I don't know why.
right. Yeah, Mama Claire, I like I gave like some basic description stuff to her, to Raphael, and I was like, the main thing that I ran home is like, she is the head of everything. She's essentially the queen pin, and I want her to kind of have that, even though at this point in the story, like both her and Jacob are like, pushing, I'd say 60. She's got those like Marissa Tomei genes where like she still looks way too young for her age, and it's just like you can tell it's just she's never had to do anything difficult on her own. Like she just has a whole family that she doles out all of these responsibilities to.
Yeah, and so it almost reminds me of like the woman who spends all of the time like making sure that her face and her neck like stay looking youthful,
Right.
but she's got those gloves. Like I feel like if she took those gloves off, you'd be like, you are definitely 60. Like
yeah, for sure.
That's where you see it. That's why she's got the gloves. She's like, I can put these in gloves, but my face has to be out there. And so she spends all that time with the creams and the serums and the ridiculousness to try and keep that youthful appearance.
Mm-hmm. And especially because she's always doing like, town hall speaks and all those other things that you would expect the head of a small town in the West to have to do on a daily basis. Like she's the vain type of person who is always like making sure she's 100% on point,
Right. Like you wouldn't know that she's coming from like a Dust Bowl city.
Exactly.
Because she's never, not a stray hair, not a bit of lint, no dust on any black. Like she is pristine.
Yep.
Oh, I hate her so much. Oh, so good. Okay. If you're feeling the hate like I am and you want to see these guys eventually get like their shit blown up, I think that we're going to need to go over some tiers so people know how they can back you. So let's go ahead and do that. All right.
Yeah, so
your featured tier. I'm gonna let you take this. You go run with this.
Okay. So our featured tier is the swag bag, one of our carryovers from all of our campaigns. You're going to be getting the book itself and the Dime Store prequel novel, but you're also going to be getting a map of Deepwell, hand drawn by Raphael Dantas.
Nice.
You're going to be getting a set of 7 character design trading cards. So, the complete set of the blocks plus the Gray Devil, that you saw from the trailer.
Nice.
And the 2 big ones are you're going to be getting 2 prints. One of them is going to be of Myra, the eldest, by Vinnie Tartamella.
Oh no, is he going to make her look hot and like you want her because she's supposed to be horrible?
The second he said he could do it, I was like, I know exactly what character you're going to draw, man.
Oh. Man,
I know.
Now I'm gonna be conflicted. I'm gonna be like, but look at them thighs though. Like, look at that booty. Be like, no, she's bad. Leave, like, forget her. She's bad.
And then the second print is going to be of the Gray Devil himself, and that'll be by John Malin.
Wow, look at you. Look at you, just like, yeah, I'm just gonna get like some big names. Why not?
Yeah, it was kind of a lottery situation that I don't know will ever happen again. Because like basically like both of their schedules had this like weird once in a million year thing line up, and I was like, all right, I guess we're gonna have 2 prints then.
Hell yeah, dude! Like shit, we win.
Right.
Congratulations, everybody else who's gonna back this book. You just won.
Exactly.
You won massive. Like. Get on this, get this swag bag featured tier, because that is a rarity. That is a super rarity to get Vinnie and Malin, and they're doing a Western. Like inside I died a little. Like that's so good. I'm so happy.
And not to mention that for anyone that signed up to the mailing list before we launched the campaign, you're not, if you back at the swag level, you're not only going to be getting those prints, but you're also going to be getting a wanted poster print of the Grey Devil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so cool. So I'm gonna like we'll talk off air. I just have a question, and I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that I know what the answer is gonna be because logistics and reality. Uh, it's probably not going to be on like that worn kind of paper, is it?
You know, I really wanted to, but
That
there's
shit's
no way I
expensive.
could sit down. Yeah. Yeah. I wish. Like,
I'm
I
a
literally had the
brainstorm.
conversation. I literally had the conversation with Selena of like, do we get these printed and do we like try to age them by hand? And she's like, Mike, what are you doing? No.
You know what? We're gonna talk. You and I are gonna talk.
Okay. All
I've
right. We'll
got,
talk.
my brain started spinning. We'll talk. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm making no, just let it be known to everybody out there. I'm not making a promise because I've already done that about 4 times on this show. And I now have to make like a robotic arm and all kinds of shit. So I'm not making a promise.
Right.
I'm just, Mike and I are just gonna have a conversation.
Okay. That's fine. We'll talk.
Yes. Okay.
So yeah, you know, like from there, you've got your single physical copy, which comes in at 15. What we introduced like about a week ago is the digital tier, because everyone was complaining that we had dropped digital. But the trade-off that we had to make with digital was like, look, to kind of help offset some of the budget stuff, if you want digital, you're going to have to pay a slightly higher premium. It's going to run 20, but you will be getting the book and the prequel. So, you know, you're still saving in terms of getting those 2 pieces, as opposed to physical.
That is super awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't think that that's unreasonable,
Sure.
considering you're getting both of those files. So
Right. You know, 2 physical copies for 25, so you're saving $5. With this one, like with God's Fear Me, we had that international exclusive thing, and we had more people write in saying that they wanted it than people actually backed at that level.
yeah,
So what we came up with is like, let's just create a 2-copy tier and, you know, knock $5 off the price. And so if there are collectors in the US that for whatever reason want to, they're saving a bit. And if there are international backers who want to split the cost with a friend, well, they can still get something similar to what we ran last time.
Mhm.
And then, you know, we've got the, you know, book and the prequel if you just want the story and, you know, not any of the swag. Support the troops, which we've been running since Samurai. 2 copies to you, 3 copies to the US troops via Operation Paperback.
hell yeah. You know, I'm always down for that, but
Right.
I mean, I'm a little biased.
A little.
Just
But
a
no,
touch.
I mean, look, it's a good thing. It does a good job, and as long as people keep, you know, backing it, I don't see any reason not to, you know, keep doing it from every campaign.
This is, you know what? This is why you are a very good person.
Oh,
This is why Chibi Comics is awesome.
well, thank you.
All right.
What's left? All right. So yeah, we also added a drawn into the book perk. That was the second most requested next to digital. So there are 4 of those. With all of our drawn in perks, it's a non-recurring roll.
Mm-hmm. And there's only 3 left.
Yeah, there's 3 left, and you're probably gonna get taken out real rotten style, but
nice.
we can talk. Like if you don't want that, we'll talk.
Okay.
And then yeah, so since God's Fear Me, we've had a $872 tier. That one was the Schemes and Scams special, and you know, I saw no reason not to keep it going, so this is the White Drug special.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. So for $872, you are going to get the ultimate Deepwell experience. you're not only going to be getting everything that comes with the swag bag tier, but you're also going to be getting a proof copy of Deepwell, of which there will only be 5 in existence, just like with God's Fear Me. You're going to be getting an original 11x17 piece done by me and Selena Hernandez.
Very nice.
And this is the big one. Raphael is a digital only artist, but I talked him into hand drawing the final page, and you will be sent that directly from him.
Hell yeah, that is awesome.
And that is not only going to be a cliffhanger, but it's going to be the cliffhanger, because that's where you learn who the Grey Devil is and what the deal is with his beef with the blocks.
Damn. That is huge. That is awesome. Goodness. So I need to see this number go up, guys. Like I need you guys to start backing this for sure. So it says you've got 8 days left.
Yeah, we definitely hit the mid-campaign slump. And the other thing is, I'm learning that even though I don't agree that it's a thing, Westerns, it turns out, are kind of a tough sell sometimes.
They can
But
be.
we're working on it. We're working on it.
So is this your first or second 30 days?
First 30. So we can extend another 30 if we have to.
Okay. So there is still a chance that this could extend.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody, I need you to go share this shit out, please, because I want this to fund because I want my Western. I really do. I think that I think it sounds like a really, really fun book. I think it sounds like a really fun project. You always seem to do really interesting, fun things, and I don't want this one to disappear at all. I think that this is good.
I feel the exact same way. It, like, I got asked, I think either yesterday or the day before, like, what my favorite project is, and everyone always says whatever the current one is, but I honestly mean it. Like, this is my favorite project. I love Kedzie and what Kristen and I are building with God's Fear Me, and Samurai has like a huge place in my heart, because it was like our first major project.
Yep.
But like I said, like, there's stuff in this book that I've had in my head for over a decade now, and to see it realized by an artist on the level of Raphael, like, I really want this one to go through.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. So, one thing that I know on your campaign page is you don't have any stretch goals or anything listed. And does that mean that you aren't planning on doing anything extra, or that you are waiting until funding before you start working those out?
We're waiting until we hit funding.
Okay.
So far, we have thoughts on stuff at 8,000 and 10,000, but yeah, let's hit funding first.
So we do have a half question, half offer. Max says, "Can I contribute a pinup like Vinny and Mr. Malin for a 3rd print?"
Sure, I'd be honored.
All right. So if you don't know how you can find Mike, go check out the description of this video, because his Twitter handle is right in there. You just go ahead and click on that. It'll take you right over to his Twitter, and definitely hit him up, because that would be pretty awesome. And I feel like I owe you a hand turkey. I did a Ketsi one.
Just drop me a line. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. Ooh, I could do the Grey Devil. That'd be a good one.
The Grey Devil would be a good hand turkey.
Right? Especially with him with the mask and the beak.
Yep.
Done. That's what we're going to do. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, I definitely, I really do like this project. I think it looks like so much fun, and it looks hyper violent, which is kind of my thing. Like,
yeah.
I might have something wrong with me. But I very much like this like high octane action and violence going.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. And yeah, like I listed on Twitter, I think a few days ago. There are going to be no less than 3 to 4 explosions. You're going to see a snake get shot in two. You're going to see
Okay.
a gunshot to the back of the head. Um, and well, that would be, yeah. I won't say what that one is, but yeah, there's some rotten stuff that happens in this book.
Okay. All right. That, it's good to know. Good to know. You got to know what you're up against.
Yep.
David Feed wants to know that face removing bullet is magical. Are there any powers in Deepwell?
Okay, so the the like the like dead set answer is no. The book is set in reality. The closest that we get to any supernatural stuff is some of the stuff that's covered in the Cemetery of Forgotten Deeds. um that's not just, it's not just like a catchy title that I thought of for the book. The Cemetery of Forgotten Deeds is an actual place somewhere outside of Deepwell that the Grey Devil ends up in. Um, so there are hints of supernatural stuff there, but no, it is very much set in the real world.
Okay. 32 pages, full color. Do you know, like, or are you just doing standard floppy print? Or are you gonna, for some of your stretch goals, are you thinking of anything like perfect bound or anything crazy like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's some of those stretch goals are going to be similar to some of the stuff that we built up with the God Spare Me.
Okay.
I would like perfect binding. I prefer it to just staples.
Yes,
But the
I'm
base
sure
the
everybody does.
base yeah, but the base book at 6,000 will just be stapled, saddle stitched.
Okay. Awesome. And I ask almost every campaign, but any thoughts of ever doing a Chibi Comics patch? Because like,
Yeah,
look at this logo. Look at how cute it is. I want that on a jacket.
we're actually working on setting up a digital storefront somewhere, and patches and stickers are kind of up for talks right now.
I'm gonna hit you up about that too. Mike and I
Yeah,
got a lot to talk about now, guys. Like
yeah,
I don't know you understand.
we
Look, I
do.
got so some people saw and I can talk about it because Sai's not here, and by the time Sai sees this,
Uh-huh.
the they'll have their jacket, so it won't matter. But I went and got really, really nice Red Valkyrie patches done up that are 15 inches that are on the back right now of two lightweight bomber jackets. And
Okay.
we're taking all of these indie patches and stuff and getting them sewn on. All of them. I say we.
Mhm.
Sai has no idea any of this is happening. It's hilarious.
Sure, of course.
But as a result, I ended up finding a very, very good patch place. So we'll we'll talk. We'll talk about some
Yeah,
of that
yeah.
stuff.
I think I remember you mentioning something about that. Yeah, I'm very interested.
Yes, because there's a lot in here that you could do. Like the Deepwell logo on its own is really cool. Font and everything could be a cool, patch too. There's so much that you could do.
Yeah,
Um,
okay, like here's a tease for people listening. If we do get into stretch goal territory, I'm thinking 10K, maybe 12K might be where we consider a sheriff's badge patch.
oh, dude, that would be awesome.
And like we could do it like Watchmen style, so it's like the Deepwell sheriff's logo, but there's like, stitched in blood on it.
Yes. Oh, that would be awesome. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. That's gonna be so cool.
So yeah.
Oh, Max says that he just followed you, but he can't write you a message. So I'm sure that Mike can hit you up off of the follow uh
Yeah.
when he's not on camera
Right.
because
Right.
I'm gonna be stingy. I'm gonna keep him right now because it's my show and I can do that. Uh,
Yeah, no, I'll be in touch, man.
absolutely, that is super awesome. So you've done 3 campaigns that you funded total, right?
Yes. So, well, technically, two. The third campaign was the leftovers for our first printing on Samurai,
Gotcha.
of which I think there's like 16 copies left now. So
Ooh.
technically, that one's still in demand and up and running. If anyone missed out on Samurai, this is your very last chance to get one of those first printings.
Jeez, I am so grateful that you did that because I was hitting up Mike and Selena and I was like, hey, can
Right,
I
right.
can I throw money at you? And you're like, we're doing a second chance campaign. I was like, oh, okay, that works.
And we'll probably so we're hoping by September we can be in fulfillment on God's Fear Me. So maybe Octoberish at some point, we'll do a leftovers campaign for that one as well.
Awesome. Selena wants hats.
We can do hats.
You know what? And I look, I'm telling you, I've got the hookups.
All
So
right.
you guys let me know, and I probably know people that have things and stuff. Oh, we got Elazmat in the chat. Hey, how you doing, Lazzy? Thanks for coming
Hey, man.
by. So I'm gonna throw this out there. If anybody else has any other questions, please post them to Mike. Because I want to talk about this like all night, and I'm not gonna make him. But you know, I love westerns, and I love that this is what you're doing because I like the samurai and dinosaurs. I was like, okay, all right, you know, it's
Right,
bizarre
right.
as shit because
Yeah.
Samurai meets Jurassic Park. I don't know how I feel about that. But I'm interested. And then you did, you know, the one with Ketsi, and I was like, okay, I can get behind this. This is Cyborg. And you're like, we're doing Deepwell. And I was like, I'm sorry, you're doing what now? What just
Right,
happened?
right.
Who?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep. Phenomenal. David wants to know, is there going to be a dinosaurs versus cowboys comic?
You are asking all the questions that I can't answer.
Hold on, wait.
Maybe,
I'm just
but
going to
not.
do this again. Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe, but not in the way that you're thinking. It depends on how some things line up with other publishers within CG.
Nice. Okay. So you're just like everybody, this is the thing. Everybody likes your characters and they like your storytelling. And so now they're trying to merge
Right.
all your stuff together. And you're like, stop, don't ruin things. Let things happen. We're working things.
I mean, yeah,
It's
look,
too
I mean,
logical.
it's kind of, so I've said a couple times, you know, like I have a list of 10 projects that I'd like to get through over the next, like, I don't know, 6-ish years. And I cribbed that entirely from Tarantino, you know, his thing of like, I'm going to do 10 and then I'm out.
Yep.
Which I don't believe him for a second.
No.
No, like he's gonna, whatever that 10th movie is gonna be, I think he'll take maybe 5 or 6 years off. And then he's gonna be like, holy shit, I need to make a movie, and he'll be back.
Oh yeah. I don't think that you can just walk away like that. I think that it'll bother you too much. You're gonna want to be like, well, but I produce and I like producing and I like seeing what you know other people are enjoying from my stuff. And so it's really hard to just be like, I'm just gonna walk away from all of that. It'll be fine.
Right. I mean, like, look, if you've got someone like Scorsese who's in his late 80s still making movies, I mean, Tarantino will be making films for a while.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, like what I was gonna say is like that's not the only thing that I cribbed from him. I also cribbed the idea of like there are going to be some chibi projects that are in the same universe, and there are going to be some chibi projects that are like books that would be read in that universe. Like, you know how he says like these movies are all connected, and then these movies are the movies that these people would go see hypothetically. It's kind of the same thing. Like some of our books are going to be connected, and some of them are going to be like, you know, like samurai and dinosaurs would be a book that characters in books that we're going to put out next year would read. You know,
Right, right. And I think that that's a really cool way to do it, where you can kind of blend together those those worlds in a way that doesn't feel shoehorned, that
right,
feels
right.
very very organic. And I love that that's what you guys are looking at doing. I think that that's a really cool kind of unique way to do it.
Yeah, but there will be some shared universe stuff. It's just some of that stuff's gonna require a slightly higher budget, and
Yeah.
that's gonna require a slightly bigger audience for us.
Yep.
So yeah, it's like more like late 2021, early 2022 type stuff.
I mean, but very much doable. And if you enjoy these kinds of projects, this is what it means when you go through and back these indie projects, right? You're not just backing the one book,
Right.
especially when it comes to people like Mike and Selena and Chibi Comics as a whole. They've decided together they are making something that's worthwhile. They are making a company that is going to persist beyond one or two books. And when you back one of their books, you are backing their entire company. You're backing their entire ability to continue to do these kinds of things and to make the next one bigger and better. So it's not just backing a Western. You're backing a Western, you're backing Chibi Comics, and you're making everything that much better, because they're going to take that money and they're going to pour it back into giving you the best possible products that they can.
Exactly.
And that is why we love Mike. That is why we love Selena. That is why these people absolutely need to get funded.
Well,
A
thanks so
thousand
much.
percent.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, I've been a fan of you guys since forever. I mean, Selena did a picture of me on a piece of toilet paper that sits on my wall, framed between two panes of glass, with
Yes.
in a spot of honor, sir. In a spot of honor. Because it is just that amazing. You guys
sure.
are phenomenal people.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're hustling hard. I mean, this is, so the goal is, like, we've been freelancing for a decade, and like more and more of that freelancing stuff fell outside comics, and we took this as an opportunity to be like, okay, like, we're going in all the way on independent publishing, on CG. Like, this is going to be our new home. So if this doesn't work, I mean, we're just going to be freelancing, in perpetuity, because A, the mainstream is not going to have us back, and B, even if they were willing to, there may not be a mainstream to take us back.
That is true. The rate they're going, they're doing a good job at destroying absolutely everything. So
yeah, no, we are in this for the long haul. As long as you'll have us and keep backing our projects, we'll keep putting them out for you.
absolutely, man. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Well, final call for the chat if anybody has any other questions. Is there anything else, any little nuggets or tidbits that you want to throw out there? Or are you gonna keep hush hush?
I mean, I'm not gonna say who the Gray Devil is. Like,
Ah, damn.
that. Yeah, that's like the number one question. It's like, but don't you want it to be a surprise?
I mean, yeah, but I also want the scoop.
There are 4 people who know the answer to that question, and one of them's our letterer. Yeah, I didn't give a shout out to Adam AF. He'll be handling the lettering. Our first chibi book not done in house.
Oh wow, that is awesome. That is very cool.
And you were talking about the logo earlier. I can also give a quick shout out to Dennis Salvatierre. He's a designer. He's worked for Disney. He worked for Stan Lee back before he passed.
Oh, wow.
He is a solid designer, and he did the logo for us a few years ago now. So
that's fantastic.
Look up Dennis if you need any design work done.
That is awesome. That is super cool. We do have a last minute question from David. He says, what's the next genre you're going to tackle?
Okay, so we have to see how schedules go for Kristen. if we can launch The Gods Fear Me 2 this year, it'll probably be November. But if he's too busy, we might need to hold off till February. If we have that opening in November for another quick book, it'll probably be horror.
Ooh, okay.
And again, depending on schedules, Fernando, the artist on the Dime Store novel, might be the main artist on that.
Ooh, very, very cool.
Yeah,
That is
we'll see.
awesome.
We'll see.
So, when you say horror, are you talking like slasher flick? You talking supernatural horror? You talking horror? You ain't gonna say anything else.
It's in the heart of the slasher genre.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. Well, honestly, Mike, it's always so much fun having you on, and you always give me such challenging things to cosplay. Like, for anyone who doesn't know, this is like an actual corset. Like, I actually can't breathe. It's great. It's wonderful. I don't know why women did this to them. Well, I do. It's the same reason why we do everything that we do to ourselves now. But fucking seriously, like, damn. all of this quarantine stuff has got me a little bit bigger than normal. I'm about to go for a run. I just feel it.
Well, still, it's greatly appreciated. You look great.
Well, thank you. I'm very glad. And I love having you on. You're always so much fun to talk to. You're always you're just so much you have so much passion behind all of your projects, and you're just so entertaining. So I'm really happy that we were able to get you on for this. I want to thank everyone.
It's always fun. Thanks for having me.
Dude, please. You're my homie. You got to be on, right? Oh goodness. And thank you everybody in the chat. You guys have been amazing. You guys have as always come with your good questions, and I think we got a little bit more out of Mike than what he was willing to give when he got here. So, hey, that's a bonus. It's a teeny tiny bit.
Yeah, you got some stuff.
Okay.
You got
I'll take it. Shit, I'll take anything I can get. As always, please like, share, and subscribe to Red Valkyrie. We are getting so close to that coveted 1,000 subs, and I can't wait. I don't know what we're gonna do at 1,000, but we're gonna do something spectacular. Or I'm gonna try to anyway. So please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and get this channel out there. Share out everything about Deepwell. Go and back it. Let me pop it in the chat one more time. There you are. So you have the link is in the chat. It is also in the description. And one final thing before we go, I agree with Max wholeheartedly. The book looks really cool so far. So definitely go. If you're into spaghetti westerns, make sure that you go and pick this up. It's going to be an epic book. And thank you guys so much for coming out. We will catch you all next time. See you later.
Later.